My name is Geoffrey. I just purchased my first property with DDP. Currently I'm living in Maroubra with our family, and I've been working for the past year at Deloitte Australia, which is an accounting firm here in the city. Yeah, so as I mentioned to you briefly, I live in Maroubra at the moment. When we were preparing to move into Maroubra, we were actually looking at an investment property, not to purchase and then move in. And so at that time, I was talking with my parents about the amounts that I had saved up from working, all these different jobs, and whether it'd be good to get into the property market. And so when I went to DDP and they told me about where they tend to invest, I thought it was a great opportunity. Obviously, I had no experience in those areas, and that's why I signed up. Working with Zaki has been extremely educational. To be honest, when I first signed up, I was just looking for a way to invest in property. But meeting Zaki for the first time, and then I immediately felt like he was there for a purpose other than just getting your property and then sending you on your merry way. He sat down with me and explained in terms which for a man who has a lot more important things to do in his life, I suppose. He sat down with me for a whole hour and he went through what DDP does, but also what kind of things I can expect to be doing in the future. So he's really trying to find out a lot about me and my circumstances. He wasn't just kind of applying a pro forma kind of approach to every investor. I think one of the greatest things that happened to me that first day was he met me, and then literally a few days later, Zaki was throwing this charity ball, and he purchased I think 20 tickets. And so he, as someone who was new to DDP, he invited me along to kind of get the chance to know me a little bit better. So I had a chance to chat to him again on that night, and that was also a very different experience. Yeah. So working with DDP has been very smooth. I think that's the one word I would use to describe the entire team. Obviously, they market themselves as a one-stop service. So you go to them, and they've got connections and partnerships with a lot of different firms. So they get your conveyancing and all that kind of stuff done as well. But at the same time, you have to remember the DDP team also includes a lot of these partners, and sometimes the culture of these firms might not be the same, and so things may not be that smooth, even if you referred on from one person to another. What I found working with DDP that really surprised me was that no matter what service each person was providing, everybody was on the same page in terms of preparing myself for my first property, but also in terms of solving any issues. So being new to the workforce, I did have a few issues with securing finance, and Obu was was a mortgage broker, was the finance person, and she was able to work very closely with Napoleon Richardson, which is the legal team that works with DDP. So I think that was one standout experience for me, was the fact that Leon from the lawyers and Jess from Obu's team were able to work very closely together in order to sort that out for me. And so overall, yeah, it's been a great experience. It's a very smooth sailing. Everything they're always happy to answer questions. So whenever I had issues, obviously it's my first property, I had a few questions here and there. They were able to step me through the process and also what to expect in the future. Yeah, so right now, about a week ago, I settled on my first house. So I now have a house in Queensland, which is brilliant. Yeah. I'd like to thank the whole team at DDP, starting from Zaki and all the way down, including all the partners that you guys have, like Obu. I had Leon from Napoleon Richardson, as well as a whole host of other people. I'd like to thank them all for the way that my first investment property has progressed, and the fact that they were able to step me through it. Everyone was extremely helpful. Honestly, it was a great experience, and I'm looking forward to someday going through it all again with DDP. Thank you.